Probation officers are horrible people. They will lock you up. They will set you up. They will come to your house and say horrible things to you in front of your family. This is getting out of hand. I don't know how anybody has ever dealt with this, but please let me know down in the comments below if you've had a negative experience with probation or probation officer, because I need to hear from you. These are some of the things that I've been hearing online, or reading online, should I say, all day. And I wanted to address it because this platform is dedicated to demystifying and humanizing the badge, because probation officers do a lot of good and they do protect our community. And before you click off this video, press that like button and hit subscribe, because you're going to want to come back to hear what I have to say. The negative narrative that people are painting about probation and probation officers is spreading so bad that when people come to probation who've never been on it in their life, they already have such a negative connotation associated with the whole process that they don't want to even try.
You cannot be for real.
So I'm here to tell you guys what it's really like if you've never been on probation. Obviously, this video is not for the career criminals who've had bad experiences. I'm not trying to say that your experience is not valid, because everybody's experience is valid, but don't taint the minds of the people who have never been on it, but they may have to come into a situation like this in the future. Because when you come into it, you have to be positive. If you're not, you're probably going to get a negative result out of it. I can finally see why people do not like probation officers. It took me a while, but I finally got here. It took almost 7 years. During my time that I served as a probation officer, I didn't see the hateful things or the spiteful things that they were doing to people. Was I looking for it? No, but I didn't see it openly. Now I'm reading these Reddit threads and everybody has painted such a negative narrative around probation and probation officers that they just want to set you up. They just want to lock you up. Well, if you clicked on this video, I'm glad you did, because today you probably get a different perspective. So stay to the end of the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you've had a negative experience, do not, I repeat, do not put it in the comment section. We're going to save that for another video. The thing that frustrates me the most is that people are spreading such negative, hateful things about probation and probation officers that when people come into it who've never been in the system, they go in with a negative mindset. Of course, if you go into something with a negative mindset, you're likely to get a negative result. That's just common sense. And for some reason in our society, negativity spreads like wildfire. So now everybody thinks that probation is this horrible experience and that nobody makes it out alive, nobody's safe. And that's really not the case. If you've been following my channel for any amount of time, then you know I talk about probation and I advocate for probation and people becoming probation officers. And I still stand by that. Is probation for everybody? No, I don't think it's for everybody, but it is for some people. And for those people who've never been on it and they're faced with this, don't listen to all those career criminals online that are typing up these negative things, or that neighbor down the street that told you something horrible, because I can guarantee you they're not telling you the full story about what happened. They're only going to give you bits and pieces, of course. You know, from your experience, your own experience, you don't tell everybody everything, right? Of course, not everything is sunshine and rainbows, and there's going to be bad officers out there, but that's in any career, right? Some people are going to be good at their job. Some people are going to be not so good at their job. If you are one of those people who are actively working as a probation officer and you're there trying to set people up, trying to get them locked up, trying to get them caught up and trapped in the system and there longer, don't be like that. Sometimes the bureaucracy of probation is what really gets you, the red tape. Now, I'm happy that I can speak freely and say whatever I want, because when you're actively in that role as a probation officer, there's so much stuff that you cannot say. Me, I'm free to say whatever it is I want. I'm free to voice my opinion, and I love that for me, and I love that for you. If you have a situation and an officer is treating you poorly, or you're afraid, or you're worried about something, hit me up, yourfavoritepO.com, or email me at yourfavoritepO@yahoo.com. All my information will be down. All my information will be down in the description box below, because I'm here to help y'all. My platform is literally dedicated to probation and helping people get through the system and get out successfully. Even the people who want to be probation officers, if you really want to know what it's like, if you really want to get in it, go into an internship. Don't just start this job and think it's going to be one thing and then you get in it and it's horrifying and then you treat people poorly. And it's like a bad cycle that I want to stop. While I was serving as a probation officer, I saw so many people come through the door with a negative mindset. And after talking to me and getting to know me, They were so happy and refreshed to know that it wasn't like what everybody was telling them it was going to be. Is every probation officer going to be like me? Is every probation officer going to be as helpful as the next? No, probably not. But it's not going to be helpful for you to go in with a negative mindset. And if there is someone who is severely, severely mistreating you or abusing their power as a probation officer, that is something that needs to be addressed for sure. The lack of transparency within probation is horrifying. That's why I love that I'm able to talk about this stuff on my platform and help people get through it, because sometimes just a little encouragement goes a long way. And for any probation officers listening, please, please take the time to talk to your clients. I was about to say offenders, but people don't like that. Please take the time to talk to your clients. I know most probation officers are underpaid and overworked. The caseloads are way too high. So you really can't spend time one-on-one with people the way that you probably want to. But when you do get those 5 or 10 minutes with that person, ask them how their day is going, because essentially it's going to be you that makes the difference and change the narrative about how people see us in this profession. Well, I'm going to keep including myself in the profession because I'm now a probation consultant and I still work with clients one-on-one. You can check my description box below if you'd like to schedule an appointment or book an appointment with me. You can. I will continue to advocate for probation and probation officers and the work that they do, because it is important. Those people that they're supervising, they could be your neighbor. You may not know that. A lot of people are afraid to tell others that they're on probation. That's something that I didn't quite understand until my Facebook community, they got on my neck and they was telling me why people don't want to share the fact that they're on probation. There's people out here who will be negative and nastier than the probation officer, and they'll call that officer and they'll say things and they'll lie and they'll try to get people in trouble. That's another thing. That's another topic for another day. I was really about to go on a rant, on a tangent, but I'm gonna leave that for another video. If y'all want to hear that video, leave a comment down below and I'll go ahead and record that for y'all. But I know that probation can be negative. I have family members who are actively on probation, actively in the system, and they tell me how these things are going. They tell me, they come to me for advice. They call me and they ask me, what should I do in this situation? And I think that is so poor and horrible that people are afraid to talk to their probation officer because they're out here being, I don't know, because they're out here abusing their power. They're out here just with such nasty attitudes. And I'm starting to see that it's a vicious cycle when people are spreading negativity. I want to close out this video to say, if you have something negative to say about probation, before you go and spread that negativity, ask yourself, was it something that you did? Or was it something that you could have done differently?